They don't want you to know how toxic this is. If you're buying produce from the grocery store, you need to see this. So first step is add clean water about 3/4 of the way up. Next, throw some salt in, doesn't have to be measured. And finally, just sit back and wait 5 minutes and voila.
I'm Grace, and I'm the creator of PuriProduce. It's scary what grocery stores are hiding from us, even if you buy organic. The amount of pesticides and bacteria left on fresh produce is actually terrifying, and it's linked to so many life-altering health conditions. But PuriProduce breaks all that toxic stuff down, so it's actually safe and clean to eat.
Even this bag of pre-washed spinach isn't really clean. Just a few minutes with the PuriProduce, and this is what came off. So much dirt, and this was supposed to be clean. So my dad spent most of his life researching what those pesticides were doing to people. He was in the newspaper, all that stuff, and he actually ended up falling victim to it himself from long-term exposure. And so having 2 little ones of my own, it really pushed me to create something that actually gets rid of these pesticides and toxins. So I'm sure you've noticed wax on things like apples, right? Well, they spray wax to get them shiny and last longer on the shelf, but what they're not telling you, it actually traps pesticides and chemicals underneath. And rinsing doesn't really do much, but watch, once I run it through PuriProduce, the wax comes right off, and so do any pesticides and bacteria. Okay, so the real headache with delicate fruits like this is you can't actually wash them without ruining them. If you try to rub them, they just fall apart, and all those tiny crevices just trap dirt and chemicals. It's impossible to get out. But with PuriProduce, it's gentle enough that it doesn't ruin the fruit, but still strong enough to get into those little crevices. So the secret is electricity. When you add a little salt, PuriProduce creates a tiny current of electricity that flows right through the water. It activates tiny oxygenated microbubbles, like millions of them, which then break down dirt, pesticides, and bacteria. In fact, even hospitals are now using this same process because it's safer than traditional cleaning chemicals, and it's just as effective. Okay, so let's do a little test. Let's compare PuriProduce to the most common methods out there: veggie sprays and a simple vinegar and water soak. First up, the veggie spray. Next, the DIY vinegar soak, and finally, PuriProduce. So just gonna shine a black light over them, and guys, look, you can clearly see which grapes are clean and which ones aren't. And it doesn't just take care of pesticides or dirt, it handles the bugs too. Like, look at this, there are aphids all over this broccoli. But watch what happens when I run it through PuriProduce. The aphids come right off the broccoli, and this is what you'd be eating if you don't clean it right. Plus, it works really well on stuff like mold and even bacteria, which can get you really, really sick.
But the real shocker is how long your produce lasts after and how much better it tastes. You kind of won't go back once you try it.
So I've never done this, but just as a thank you for watching, I'm dropping a link below that knocks 60% off. It's an exclusive link only for this video. You won't find it anywhere else, but do not wait on this because with a discount this big, I honestly expect it to sell out really fast.